Be brave.
Breaking the habit. Hi, guys.
Hi. Breaking the habit of being yourself and being brave. Become brave. So when did this habit of being not brave start? And what is causing it to continue in that same pattern?
Hi, guys.
So we're Rita and Tammy, and we're brain trainers, and we've like to bring you lots of videos and things that we learn, right? As we're going through life, things that we learn to help benefit you, to help you stop the one thing that's preventing you from being brave, and that's stress.
Yes. We have big dreams and we have desires and we have wants, and then something happens and then we stop being brave. We stop going for our dreams. We give up. And here's an opportunity. And that's why we do these videos. Here's an opportunity. You could walk along with us, right? Come for the ride. What does it mean to be brave? In our world today, to be brave could be just to make that phone call, right? To connect with with your child, connect with your spouse, connect with your partner. It could look like being brave, could look like, planning that vacation that you always wanted. But what happens is we stop and we don't do the stop stress technique. We stop and we make sense of why we shouldn't. Why we couldn't. We overthink. Yeah,
exactly. We get in our mental function instead of our emotional function. The emotions of what this is going to be like, to have our dream, the emotion to like imagine it and to allow that to be our drive, instead of like, oh, what about the details and hows and whens?
Right.
And
yeah, because look, when you set your intention, when you set the intention, the mechanics comes, right? When you set your $1 million goal or target, how to get there will come later. But we get stuck, because we're human. We get stuck in the mechanics. How, and then that security part, or the controller part of us, or the part that wants to not let us get hurt, or how we want to play it safe. That part there, we try to make sense of it.
Yes.
So being brave. And so how do you break the habit of being yourself and be brave? What are some of the things that they can do?
Awesome. To focus on bravery would be one of my number one things. So when have you been brave before? Rita's out in Cabo San Lucas. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Right now in Mexico, bravely.
Pirate?
Yeah.
Ship.
I love it. And she's still coming on here and bringing us value. And this is how some people would think that's really brave, going to Mexico. And so what do we do to make bravery feel good? What do we do to make it feel good? So we might go back to a memory where we were brave and we succeeded at it. I think that's really powerful, because it's easy to think of something we already did, and maybe it's more difficult to think of something that we have to do because we get that fear. So if we already did something brave and we succeeded at it, let's find those memories. And I would say, write them down, get them in front of you, get pictures, get out your old souvenirs, set them in front of you, so you have this instant recall.
Right. And what Tammy's doing right now is it's neuroscience. You prime your brain, because look, your brain cannot tell the difference between a fake or something not true, right? It can't tell this. It thinks you're there. If you're in Wisconsin and you close your eyes, or you look behind here, you're like, I'm in Cabo and I'm enjoying the sun. Your brain starts going there, starts wiring, getting all those new feelings and sensations. So that's the brain part, the neural part of it. And having those tangible anchors is what we call them, reminders, that's also creating that. Your brain will start looking for ways on how to have that same experience over and over. That's why if you have a chronic illness or disease, it's chronic, because I bet you 50 to probably 95% of your thoughts have to do with that illness, how, where, when, how it shows up, the degree that it shows up.
Oh no, it's
It is
happening again. There it is.
anticipating it coming back.
Yes. Right. Yeah. And the frequency, and this is so fascinating because, you know, what studying with Bob Proctor is always interesting because he always brings it back to the frequency, but the frequency of your dream, if you, and being brave, if you can step into when you have done it before and were successful, and then when things start lining up with that, you notice it, like somebody's coming up and asking you to do something with them that's brave, or then this is how our essence, our frequency then creates, and it happens without us having to know how.
Yes, yes. So to be brave is to remember all those brave times that so you can use that as an anchor. And I think when you move and you do the stop stress technique, if you do that technique with your bravery, and you get 10 times more excited about life, about what you want to accomplish, the unconscious part of you starts seeing and starts allowing you to run into those events.
Exactly. And to say yes, and to be excited, and to desire it, instead of be like, oh, I probably shouldn't go because this or this or this might happen. All of a sudden it shuts down that chatter, it shuts down that voice, because you've been practicing by using your previous times that you were brave, by feeling that good feeling about what it felt like to succeed and to be courageous. That feels great.
Yeah.
And we if you desire it, it's going to be easy.
Yeah. And so breaking that habit of being yourself. So if you know you have a habit, say no all the time, say yes. Okay. Start saying yes to things that are healthy, guys.
Yeah.
So yes. To say yes, now I'm going, you know, say yes to healthy stuff, say yes to you. Have an intention. What's your intention? What are you up to creating? You know, sometimes we forget to create stuff, right? So set a target, create something, create it bigger than the average thing, because your brain's going to remember something. You know, if your goal, your target is audacious, it is not something to beat you up with. It's something that it's going to let you pull. It's going to pull you up towards it.
Yeah.
And the bravery starts showing up.
Yeah. And then and it changes your desire. So the best part about neuroscience is that it actually changes your desire for it. So it's not that you're making excuses to not do it anymore, because you want to do it. So that's the part that really makes a difference for you. You're not going to make excuses and say no. You're going to be like, oh, I've been waiting for someone to ask this. I've been waiting to do this. I'm so excited to do it. So
okay, my battery's about to die.
Great.
You guys
like, share, subscribe, and we want to hear your bravery. So tell us all the stories below, and we love you. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. And if you need help creating some bravery, let us know, guys. We're here to help.